How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just One Piece. We cover plenty of manga on the channel. Also, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, whether it be on the topic of the video, on another topic entirely. Doesn't matter to me. I love talking to you guys, and I don't say that enough at the beginning of the videos. So yeah, go down there. Let me know your guys' thoughts. So, what am I even talking about with King and his inevitable disrespect and having Katakuri up on the thumbnail? Well, where I'm coming from is I honestly don't believe that no matter what King does, he could push Zorro to the absolute limit. He could tie with Zorro right now. Hell, he might even be able to beat Zorro right now. And there are going to be a lot of people out there who, no matter what, are going to just go, oh yeah, Katakuri is stronger than King. It does not matter. Now, right now, we haven't seen enough from King for me to make this decision one way or the other. Right now, Katakuri's on top because I haven't seen enough from King. But what I'm saying is, by the time it's all said and done, almost no matter what King does throughout this fight with Zorro, will it put him above Katakuri in a lot of people's books. Now, I think there's a couple reasons for this. One, this is really not helping King's case in a lot of people's minds. All of the stuff that Zorro did previously in Wano. A lot of people are going to sit here and go, well, Zorro did all that stuff on the rooftop and all this stuff before King and yada, yada, yada. So that's not as impressive as Katakuri fighting Luffy when he did. Please, everybody, write this down. Put it on the record. Do not forget, Zorro walked into the fight against King at basically 100%. This is a completely fair fight. Zorro is not suffering currently from all of the damage he took on the rooftop and everything else. Don't forget, he got this miracle drug in this syringe from the Minx and Chopper and everything that completely healed him, but once it wears off, the damage will be even worse. But this is a super crazy One Piece miracle drug. Zorro was at 100% to fight King. So yeah, people are gonna forget that. I promise you it's gonna happen. It's going to slip their minds. They're going to think about the fact that Zorro did all this crazy stuff because the stuff that happened on the rooftop is way more impactful and way more memorable than the miracle drug thing. That was just an excuse to get Zorro back on his feet to fight King. I don't even really like it. I think it's super stupid. But at the end of the day, it allowed Zorro, my favorite character, to get back up and do more. So, I mean, it was technically a plus for me at the end of the day, but I still think it's kind of dumb. Anyway, yeah, do not forget that. People will downplay King because they will say, oh, well, Zorro was already weak. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. So, for the record, King is fighting a full-strength Zorro. Now, next thing. This is something that this is just an unconscious underlying bias in a lot of people's minds. Despite the fact that our characters have grown a lot just since Whole Cake, I know it wasn't that long ago in the case of the series. Outside, we obviously know it's been years. But inside, it's not been that long, but we have grown a ton. People are going to downplay this. People are going to say, Katakuri fought Luffy. King fought Zorro. Katakuri stronger than King because Luffy stronger than Zorro. That doesn't work. Just because those statements are technically true does not mean that makes Katakuri stronger than King. Zorro has grown a lot since Luffy and Katakuri had their fight. It's very safe to say Zorro has reached that level that Luffy was at during that fight, or at least the level that Luffy was walking into that fight. Obviously, Luffy grew a lot during the fight with Katakuri, so there's scales to this as well. This isn't just clear-cut, easy, no matter what. Now, before I go any further with this, I want to say, when it's all said and done, I have a feeling that I'm probably going to put Katakuri and King on a pretty even level. That's my expectations going into this. However, I don't know how it will play out in the end. But yeah, I expect them to be roughly on par with each other. That would also make sense because we have seen Big Mom and Kaido clash multiple times within Wano, and neither of them really seem to get the upper hand on the other one very much. We know if it's one-on-one bet on Kaido, I would bet on Kaido above Big Mom, but that is a high diff fight for Kaido. They are roughly on par with each other. it's probably the same for both of their first mates. I'm just gonna take a guess. This is fiction. That's how it ends up playing out a lot of the times. Honestly, if you ask me, I'd say Ben Beckman is 100% easily going to be the strongest of the first mates. Outside of Zorro, I assume Zorro will probably be the strongest by the end of the series, but I also assume Luffy will probably be the strongest captain by the end of the series. Anyway, we're getting off topic. We're getting sidetracked. Oh yeah, and real quick, the stuff with Ben Beckman, I only say that because Shank's crew is much smaller than the other Yonko's crews, so on average, I expect them to be stronger. We have also had it confirmed to us that on average, they have the highest bounties. So you average up the entire crew's bounties, they average out to the highest number. So I expect them to average out to the highest power levels out of all the, members at the different levels. Anyway, now, back to the thing. One last major thing I honestly think really just plays in Katakuri's favor is Katakuri was the big fight of Whole Cake Island. He was the big fight Luffy had to win to get out of the arc alive and, okay and everything. King is not that. King is Zorro's big fight. He is the number 2's big fight for the Wano arc. So when one of them gets the number 2 big fight, and, well, it's not even really the number 2 big fight because you have 2 Yonkos fighting, and then you have the 1v1 versus Zorro and King. So it's kind of the 3rd tier fight right now, while Katakuri got the 1st tier fight because he happened to be fighting the main character at the time. That is going to, like I said once again, even unconsciously, just automatically put Katakuri above King, even though that really has nothing to do with their power level. It's kind of just has more to do with the timing of which arc came first. So when you add these 3 key ingredients together, Katakuri fighting Luffy, who's the main character, compared to King fighting Zorro, who, while is close to Luffy, not quite on Luffy's level, reasonably so. You also add in the fact that Zorro got that miracle drug, and people will overlook that, thinking King didn't fight a full power Zorro, even though he did. And lastly, the last one I mentioned, the fact that Katakuri, having fought the main character, got the big spotlight fight, and King is not going to get the big spotlight fight. That is also going to add to that unconscious bias, or maybe even conscious bias, that people have between the two of them, raising Katakuri up even further above King. Like I said, I don't think it really matters what King does in this fight against Zorro. He can be as impressive as he wants. I still honestly believe these 3 key factors are going to hold him back when it comes to him versus Katakuri and all of us having that discussion that will inevitably happen, because I'm pretty sure it's already happened before now, even though we haven't really gotten a lot of King to add to that conversation. So yeah, I don't think this is something that's going to happen consciously in a lot of people's minds. I think 1 or 2 or 3 of these factors might kind of subtly worm their way in there and just kind of, like I said, work its way against King and kind of just bump Katakuri up a little bit. Now, once again, to end this off, I'm not saying King is as strong or stronger than Katakuri. I don't know how strong King is yet. I haven't seen him go all out. I can't make that judgment. But these 3 factors I mentioned in this video, none of those prove anything about Katakuri or King being stronger than one or the other. They have no place in an argument about strength, yet those details will influence people's ideas about their strength. This happens all the time in the world of discussing manga and anime. It happens all the time in basically every aspect of life. Details that shouldn't really affect people's ideas will affect people's ideas. It's just inevitable. It's part of being people. That's just how it goes. I just want to make this video because, honestly, this is something I truly believe is going to happen. And like I said, it's nobody's fault. It's probably going to be unconscious for a lot of people. But who knows? We'll see where it all goes. Like I said, I don't know how the Katakuri and King matchup is going to end up being at the end of the day. And yeah, maybe King really doesn't show us anything impressive enough to put him on Katakuri's level. And it's just flat out no. We all think Katakuri's stronger anyway, despite these 3 factors. I don't know. But only time will tell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and tell me your thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.